great pleasure to see you virtually. And as you were saying that today is International Happiness Day. So on this Happiness Day, we wish that let science brings all peace and happiness, makes all joy, success, happiness, wellness, success in everybody's life. And that's plays the role of science communicator, how to bring science technology to our daily life and brings everybody happy and everybody's lives and a livelihood to make happier and be impactful. So I am very much thankful to Samved India Bharat and the organizers. I am very happy and very glad to receive your warm invitation. And I am also grateful to Sri Dr. P.K. Tyagi sir, who is also our mentor. And as sir has mentioned, we have more than 2 decades of relationship with both these professional as well as in the personal levels also. So, sir, was our interaction when I was doing my PhD, and that time we have lots of programs and activities together. And sir is a witness to that things. In many of the ideas programs that conceptualized at Bigyan Prasar NCSTC by Dr. B.K. Tyagi sir and his colleagues also, we try to implement and get his guidance and inputs. And we prepare it just like as science believes. We first start develop the experimental model, then to prototype and the final projects or type of things. So in that things, I am very happy and glad to receive this invitation. And as sir has mentioned, I will be sharing few of our thoughts, ideas, our experiences to these potential science communicators who are joining this program on virtual platform. And we wish that they can also be the good communicators and they can take science to the people and the next generations on which our nation depends. And our Honorable Prime Minister's clarion call is there to make everybody and make the nation Atmanirbhar. So with this word, I would like to share a brief presentation, and just I am sharing that one. Give me a minute.
Windows.
Is my screen is visible?
No, it is visible.
Okay. So as I am giving a topic like science communication through films, science cities and science museums, I have prepared a brief presentation about what science cities, science centers, science museums are doing and how it has a great role to involve as well as to engage and educate the common people, common citizen, and to spread science technology across the society. Basically the science center, science museum and science cities, the objectives are much similar to nurture and stimulate the scientific faculties of community and develop rational thinking and scientific temper, which is also there in our constitution. It's a constitutional right of developing scientific temperament, to promote innovative and experimental activities through minds-on exposure and hands-on learning processes. This is much important for science center, science cities and science museums, because we give a hands-on training as well as the minds-on exposure, but which is not possible in our formal mode of education. The slide is not. Yes, so the slide is visible.
You can maximize the screen.
Sure. Is it visible?
No, it's coming. No, it's visible, but it's only showing the. Switch over to next slide. I think then it may come. No.
एंटर स्क्रीन करता हूँ. Sir, is it visible, sir?
It's correct now. You can go ahead. Yeah.
Coming now?
Yeah.
Sir. So I was just discussing the objectives. It is nurture and stimulate scientific thinking, rational thinking and scientific temperament, to promote innovative and experimental activities through minds-on exposure and hands-on demonstrations, to promote and exhibit interactions of science, technology, energy, environment with human life, to showcase the latest scientific and technological breakthroughs, to establish a country-wise network with shared programs in association with various institutions and organizations. And basically, the science cities, science centers, and science museums are helping innumerable masses experience and learn science, often igniting curious mind and to develop the nation with a mission. If you are discussing the science cities, science centers, science museums in India, we have almost 3 very large science city. One at Kolkata, the first one. Second one is at Gujarat Science City, Ahmedabad. And third one is Pushpa Gujral Science City at Kapurthala, Jalandhar. In addition to that, there are few smaller science cities are also coming up. Then we have 4 regional science centers at Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai, and Bangalore by National Council of Science Museums. And we have 30 plus science centers, out of which 27 from NCSM network and few more by the concerned state governments. So we have almost a good number of science centers, science museums, and science cities for promoting informal science discussion, science communication, popularization in the state, in the various stakeholders in the state, as well as the national level also. So the parent organization which was earlier developing this type of centers is National Council of Science Museum, which is its headquarters at Kolkata. So it has for national level science centers, regional level centers, and sub-regional level centers. So it has almost 27 centers across the country, north, south, east, northeast, and west zones. There are 6 national level science centers, namely Science City Kolkata, Birla Industrial and Technological Museum, Kolkata, Nehru Science Center, Mumbai, Visvesvaraya Industrial and Technological Museum, VITM, Bangalore, and National Science Center, Delhi. In addition to that, they have a research lab, which is named as Central Research and Training Laboratory, CRTL, at Kolkata. The CRTL Kolkata is the Council Central Hub for professional training, research and development. Except Science City, Kolkata, other national level science centers have regional, sub-regional, and district level centers under its control and called satellite units. So the most of all these science centers and science cities or science museums, it's creating a future scientific leaders, because as the mandate is a certain development of scientific temperament, but the first goal is coming to the children, the students from the primary school to secondary, higher secondary, college and university levels. So that becomes the creating the future scientific leaders for our new India. I think our teams are getting less also. The national science seminars for school students, college students, science and math exhibitions, rural IT quiz, science demonstrations, science drama competitions, astronomy, space science activities, teacher training programs on a continuous basis, science olympiads and STEM engagements. so many things which are supplement to the regular classroom situations, but it is here in Science City, Science Center, Science Museum platform. It is a total different set of approach, which is called as informal or a non-formal science education, and which has much more significance and importance in supplementing the curricular development and curricular understanding of the students. So a few of the posters which are also being targeted, like National Science Seminar, National Rural IT Quiz, creating a platform for rural students to work on the rural this IT sectors, community science centers, creating community leaders also, National Science Drama, robotic competitions, this training program for a teacher, for local master resource person in a nature activity camps, industrial developments, and Children's Science Congress, and there are so many. So the second part of the objective would be the taking science to the people and people to the science. Unless until you have that type of curiosity, you don't have that type of interest and excitement, nobody can teach you, nobody can take you any of these achievements. So it's a basic need, mandate of every science center, science city, how to take science to the people and how to get their confidence and trust that whatever they are discussing and whatever they are showing, demonstrating, it has a value and it has a people's acceptance, people's engagement, and people's understanding, enlightenment, and they are taking the message, take home message to the home and society. So the public understanding of science, it is another aspect of science communication, which helps that community science centers for children and community members, it have to be developed as a community platform, community activities, community shared engagement, we can say. Then it has citizen science programs, like we are experiencing this COVID-19 pandemic situation. I will tell you something in the latter stage. So like this is a citizen science program, what to do, how to prevent this pandemic situation, and how to help to us to be safe in our family, our society, our workplace, marketplace, like these things. Training on skill development and entrepreneurship, like something is coming new, something that's some new lifestyle, new normal thing is coming. So how to develop our skills so that we will sustain our lives and our livelihoods at different levels. Suppose tomorrow the robots are taking take up most of our work. So how we have to modulate our activities so that it would be a smooth, seamless operations and programming. So this would be training upon the skill development and entrepreneurship development. It is also much more important. Then the fourth one is water conservation, water harvesting, because it is a problem and it's a challenging situation for many of our states, many of our citizens. Use of alternative energy and energy conservation, it is also need of the hour, because it relates to the bigger scientific problem challenges of this century, which is climate change and global warming. So hands-on training on digital technology, that means we have to make a future ready citizens, our students, our teachers, our parents, our elderly persons. So all these people, they have to be future trained on digital technology, how to use our mobile network, how to use this digital banking process, how to book our tickets, how to get the medical assistance, medical consultants on this phone, and all these things. So that is also necessary for these things, and which is only possible through these types of platforms, science centers, science museums. Then awareness and orientations on a disaster management, because we have so many diversity, so many disasters are there. So we have to manage in a very professionally and in a very meaningful way, so that we have to minimize the loss and maximizing our outreach. The programs for rural women, farmers, artisans, and so many things, so that everybody should have that type of scientific temperament, scientific skills, proper entrepreneurship, proper things, so that there should be no misconceptions, no superstition, no black mailing to anybody and anything. So, Dr. B.K. Tyagi sir has mentioned about the Science City, so I was just thinking that Gujarat is also taking a model that how to best popularize science technology among different stakeholders, starting from the school, primary children to the university students, professors, and things. So we have Gujarat Science City is a very large scale world-class science city. At Ahmedabad, we have 4 regional science museum at Rajkot, Bhuj, Patan, and Bhavnagar. 30 district community science centers in all districts of the states. More than 3,000 plus Gujko science clubs in the schools, 60% which are from the rural background, and almost 450 hotel tinkering labs in almost every district for the students, and with a mission to catch them young. So I was just thinking that how the citizen science work and how the science centers has a great role. I was just saying a very
वर्ष
simple
2020 में मानव जाति पर आया कोरोना संकट अभी भी हमारे साथ है और कुछ समय के लिए हमारे साथ रहने वाला है, लेकिन घबराए नहीं। कोविड-19 की रोकथाम को सही ढंग से समझें और इसे अपने नियमित जीवन में अपनाएं। इसके लिए गुजरात विज्ञान और प्रौद्योगिकी परिषद, गुजकोस्ट और राष्ट्रीय विज्ञान और प्रौद्योगिकी संचार परिषद gujarat.gov.in पर जाएं।
So, like this COVID, which is a very eye-opener for every sectors. So that's a great role for informal science platform to orient, to give the right kind of advice and information to the citizens, so that they should be alert and they shouldn't be panic. So there should be a preparedness for every type of challenging situation, every type of disasters. So informal science learning is a main backbone and main philosophy of all these science centers, science museums, science cities, which is out of school time. OST settings play an important role in promoting science learning for school students and beyond. Beyond means it is here all the citizens, common public, all the different stakeholders in those society. The learning experience delivered by parents, friends, and educators in informal environments can spark students' interest in science and provide an opportunity to broaden and deepen students' engagement, because the more we are demonstrating, so that gives a deeper understanding about things. We can't understand we can see that Mars surface or Mars atmosphere right now, but we have all these types of missions. So there was lots of curiosity how this Perseverance rover has landed at the Mars surface, how it is taken the first helicopter from the Earth to the Mars, and now the helicopter is flying in a different planet. And what was the opportunity? What are the challenges? All the things are being demonstrated at science center, science center, different galleries. It reinforces scientific concept and practices introduced in the school day, and promote an appreciation for interest in the pursuit of science in school and daily life. So most of the curriculums that are giving more importance on informal science learning. So this informal science learning will be our skill set for the 21st century, for the new India, for Atmanirbhar Bharat, because our thinking, our way of thinking should be depends on the creativity and innovation. It has lots of critical thinking, problem solving approach, decision making power, learning to learn, or metacognition, which is a knowledge about cognitive process. It's a deeper psychological processes, how our pedagogy, learning of science and understanding of science is going on. So it is also gives the ways of working, like how we communicate, how we understand, how we write, speak, and our present, all these things. And it is also collaborate. How we have to collaborate with all our school network, how to collaborate with all our media agencies, how to collaborate with all the scientific institutions across the state or across the country or across the globe, so that we can bring the best for our children, best for our community members. So this is a way of working that the science center, science cities, science museums to play among the citizens. Then tool for working, how this information literacy, science literacy, technological literacy that can be communicated through the information and communication technology. Like this way we are discussing, we are sitting in different parts of the country, but we are having a common discussion for a common course. This is science communication practices and approaches to be made for our next generation's citizens and learnings. Then ways of living the world, citizenship, local and global, life and career, personal and social responsibility, including cultural awareness and competency. So many things that also that type of skills is developed from these science centers. So the method, approach and methodology is totally different. It is not like the chalk and duster approach in the school. It gives a very clear-cut understanding from the age of 2 to 80 years of old. So everybody has an engagement. Everybody has an excitement. Every age group people have that participation and enlightenment in these activities. So articles, objects, artifacts to cater the following types of interactions, like seeing the object from a distance, it's a infographic. Touching the object, like you have to see, you have to touch me. You don't have to afraid. You have to see that how it looks, how the textures are there, how it feels. Lifting the object to see that how wet and how it gives that feeling to your body. Playing with the object like a child. Movies of virtual reality. How is it possible? It's the technological interventions. Assembling and building the object. Simulations and field experiences. These are all the approaches that we follow in science centers, science museums and science cities, so that people can get a realistic hands-on experiences or demonstrations with a minds-on exposure. So whatever they learn in their classrooms is set up, that is totally now, you can say as it has been practically experienced by the persons or the child or the student or the teacher, so that it gives a lifelong learning. It's not like that it's a day, or they don't have to get it hard. It's not a practice or something like that. So we have to emphasize on a fact that how best we can bring that curiosity, how our children, how our students are the curious about the curiosity. So we create lots of activity, lots of simulation, lots of galleries and dioramas. So that gives a how to our student to be curious. The time and time again. So curiosity lives in each of our programs. There is something new and every day for everyone. So that's the beauty of Science Center, Science City and Science Museum. But here I would like to just give you a differentiation, because we are talking about Science Museum, we are talking about Science Centers, and we are talking about Science Cities. So what are the basic differences or in terms of objectivity, in terms of approach and methodology? For all our science communicators, I'll just give you an example. The science museums are the type of museums. The term museum is named called because here all the scientific artifacts, scientific objects that have been kept in a very secured manner, where normally the students or the visitors are not allowed to touch. They have to see from a distance. The pieces that has been kept in very enclosed, glass enclosed, or some sort of a very foolproof corner, so that you can't touch. You have to see it in a very distant place. The science centers, which is coming across, where it has some sort of option or a freedom to touch and feel. But Science City, it is a very different thing. Whereas Science City is a different level both from science centers as well as the science museum, it gives a futuristic view of the society of the or time or the development which has not been developed here, but like coming in the next few years. Like Dr. Tyagi sir has mentioned that now the nation, now we are training, giving the training that how best our culture should be with our life should be with the robots, how our artificial intelligence, our machine learning, the deep understanding about all these computer programming has to be there. So that type of situation now we are curating in the science city, so that people, the students who will be the next generation citizens, they should be quite confident, so they can manage that type of scenario with the much more, and they can also design much more type of artificial intelligence or machine learning or robots like these things. So curious about curiosity is the take home message from these things. Here you can see that kids from every age, they have that type of a smiling face when they understand the concept and the content of that things. So you can see that it is not like that teacher has to ask in the classroom and throw the duster to the student whether he or she has understand or not. Here you can see the smile, you can see the stars in their eyes, so that they have learned and they have fully enjoyed. Like we have the space station, which is 400 kilometers on our high, but every day we are having that type of programs. What is happening in the space station? What are the new types of research is going on? How it is revolving our sky or our place or our city? Every 90 minutes, how it is check the directions, and how our students, suppose I am a student, and how can I mold my career so that I can be an astronaut, and I can also do these types of research, which is not very far distance. So I'm giving some of the pictures about the 3 science cities. Basically, this is the Gujarat Science City. It has started something 2001. This is the foundation stone, and there are so many galleries, so many open spaces. This is the IMAX theater. I'm showing you because film is another part. So this is the open air theater where 2,000, 3,000 people can sit in the daytime also having some program. This is a huge dome of our planet Earth. These are some open gallery, theme-based gallery of energy, these things. So in Science City, in the next month, we are coming to open 2 new galleries dedicated to the nation. One is space science, one is aquatic science gallery, where you can see the aquatic species of all the regions of the world, entire world. But fresh water, brine water, the brackish water, every continent, the water quality, the ecosystem. In fact, we are bringing 4 numbers of penguins also, and we are creating that environment where the penguin can stay and interact with the visitors. So you can have a virtual, a physical walkthrough in the entire ecosystems of the world to discover and to get a demonstration about the all aquatic cultures, aquatic species of the world. Similarly, the other gallery, which is also ready for public opening, is a robotic gallery, where we have almost is there. So that robot can go to the kitchen and hand over to another robot, and they have to prepare your desired food. And the next moment, it will be served at your table. So you can see that all these things, which was sometimes it was operated by men, our persons. Now it is going to the machine. So we have given that intelligence to that machine, which is understand our emotions, our thought, our things, and deliver the way we look. This is the Science City Kolkata. It is the first Science City Kolkata designed by National Council of Science Museum in the year 1997. It has a huge dome projection system, huge open air garden. This is called Science Park. Here it's a that dome. Then there is a rope way giving that type of dome theater. It has some sort of science galleries, and it is catering to lots of students, teachers, schools, community members in the Punjab and North India area. So to take to that science mission and science popularizations. So in most of the science centers, science museums, you are seeing that there is a dome theater or there is a 3D theater like this thing, which we called as a world's largest classroom, because human things. The T-Rex, back to Cretaceous, it's a story about 65 million. To 1971, the 3 years journey, a Cold War between Russia and that US, and only 13 persons were there. Now we are looking for
I think there is a problem in the network.
So we have lots of science communication, science popularization activities, which has lots of curriculum importance as well as the social understanding also. So science education popularization program, it includes regular children activities, organization of innovative training workshops programs.
सॉरी टू डिस्टर्ब यू बहुत ज्यादा नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम आ रही है तो स्लाइड्स रुक के चल रहे हैं
Things that usually they are coming there. Then
सॉरी सर
Indian Space Organization.
तो डॉक्टर हिमांशु काइंडली एक बार सर से बात करें कि ना नेटवर्क की प्रॉब्लम आ रही है.
Okay, I think sir is facing a network issue.
या
Sir, voice
एक
is
बार
not
कम्युनिकेट
coming.
कीजिए बाय फोन ना
Okay.
प्लीज. थैंक यू मैम.
And we designed that story, we created that situation so that everything which was not told, supposed to be told by the concerned office or something, here we have to bring that to the public domain for the public understanding, so that being a science communicator, being a science reporter, you get the maximum authenticized letters, so that that will be go to the public. Then for this features. So on this today is Sparrow Day, I would like to show something very interesting, which is also conceptualized by our Dr. B.K. Tyagi sir, and today we are also celebrating here. I hope that you can.
Dr. Narottam, you have to replay it again. I think because of network problem, we could not see it.
Yes, sir,
Just
yes.
so we, yeah.
Presentation to all the potential science communicators who can take science to the people in a very authentic, in a very professional manner, with all the clarity, so that their reports also tells about the science center, science museum, or the story behind the missions, so that that can be inspired for everyone. With this, I am concluding this one. I would like to request all the science communicators, those who are attending this program, joining this program, they should be very much active to the present trend of science communication, which is on the Twitter. So please have your Twitter account, share our Science City, Guj Coast, or our scientific institutions, so that you can get all the breakthrough, all the breaking news at the instant of second, so that you can go into the deeper to that news, and you can develop your story, and you can also get lots of relevant for the detailed feature articles or the script or everything you can get. So just to motivate yourself, convert your all these communications to the future trend, but the trend that which going on, the trend where the you can see that your prime ministers and all the scientists, all the scientific organizations are putting their information. So you can follow me also, and I can also follow you. I have to love to see your stories, see your career, growing careers, and I also like to invite all of you to our Science City or our council, and we can have some sort of physical programs, and to celebrate your success and your spirit. So with this, I once again thanks everybody, and I also thank to B.K. Tyagi sir and my colleagues also, Manas Ranjan, who is also speaking to you on the how science can be communicated through All India Radio. And I am thankful to all the faculties also. They are also helping our younger generation to be professional science communicators. So together we can do something miracle. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for this highly informative talk and explain detailed insight of establishment and function of national science cities, museums, and parks. This lecture is really helpful for beginners to understand vision behind these wonderful initiatives to take science to the people and people to the science. It is interesting to know about the different aspects and future strategies of science museum, parks, and cities, which is really important to understand. Your immense contribution in this field is truly inspiration to young people who want to work in this direction. I would also like to congratulate you for opening new galleries in Gujarat Council on Science and Technology for public. Thank you very much, sir, for giving us your valuable time and guide us today. You are an inspiration to many, sir. Thank you very much.